Welcome to CineQuest Video.
Has the same dream. What is it? A secret that can no longer be kept. It started a month ago. What started? A change in the earth and the sky. His power.
There's a weird locking mechanism. Looks like it can only be opened from the inside.
A life form is growing out of prebiotic fluid. It's not winding down into disorder. It's self-organizing. It's becoming something. What?
Welcome to CineQuest Video, episode number 35.
Christ.
Part 2 of the Apocalypse Trilogy, in which we're going to be talking about the movie Prince of Darkness.
Oh yeah, this is
make sure you get those cans.
I can almost let me get my can going too. But hey, yeah, my podcast experience on this show can almost drink. This is my 20th show on
CineQuest?
Fucking CineQuest. Yeah, I just
All right.
sorted that out the other day. I was like, oh, cool, I can almost drink.
And for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, this is the podcast that delves deep into those VHS classics to the modern day format and beyond. Beyond.
Oh, speaking of cans.
Deep beyond.
There we go. And if you are listening, make sure you're drinking, especially if you're driving. Make sure you pop those cans
Obviously.
too.
You want to be sharp on the road.
Crack those bottle tops.
Get those road sodas in you. Get a barley pop. It's good for you.
keeps you alert.
Well, turns out that's what they used to fucking call them, like barley pops and shit, when my dad was in college, because you used to be able to drink and drive in Wyoming up until 2007.
Yeah,
You mean you can?
those markings on the road? That's really more of a guideline than anything.
Right. Yeah.
It's not
Well,
law
it was like-
rules.
Well, there was like a rule of thumb. It was like one beer every 25 miles or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I can see that.
You want to be safe or whatever. Like it for those, especially those long drives, just helps you.
Well, yeah, there's more fucking antelope than people in Wyoming, so I can understand why that law was okay for a while.
Like they just assume that if you're on the road over there, you're drinking, kind of thing. So no problem.
They're like, the shitty icy roads will probably kill you anyway. You might as well have a nice buzz while
Right.
you roll to your doom.
In fact,
Your
might-
chances of survival
Yeah,
are higher.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
You might survive,
up,
man.
baby.
Yeah,
Not gonna
exactly.
tense up when you crash.
Right.
Every 25 miles, though. But what if you're like going 100 miles per hour, though? Then it's like,
So how about that?
Finish
Mothers
that.
Against Drunk Driving.
How many times has drinking saved someone?
yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Those mad women, those mad chicks are like some of the worst drivers sober. Like I've been cut off on the road by so many of them bitches before.
Triggered.
So many.
What, the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers?
Yeah.
Nah, it's all the mother's little helpers they're taking and shit.
Man.
They're just all
They are
on
just,
edge.
like, so angry.
But it's okay. That's FDA approved.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
And again, if you are listening, just want to introduce ourselves. In studio, we have myself, Ray, and then back in studio after an absence,
Who,
Roland.
Me? Oh,
Yeah, you,
yeah.
Roland.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. And then we have joining us for this portion of the Apocalypse Trilogy, we have Bryce.
Yes, sir. That's
Right.
the thing, but
Yeah,
Prince of
supposed to be
Darkness.
on the first one, but life happens,
Yeah,
work,
life
all that kind of shit,
happens.
But
It
now
does,
we
man.
have him here. for
Absent
his-
is Idanya and Ron,
am.
but we also do have on his 20th episode, as you just mentioned earlier, Daniel.
Hey-o.
Yeah, kicking ass, drinking. We all drinking right now.
Mm.
Drinking only the hardest booze made in the 2020s.
Only the hardest sparkling cocktails.
Cape Line Sparkling Cocktail.
That would be my margarita.
Trying to keep those carbs low.
Oh,
and,
yeah, man.
You know, you don't. We're trying
rocking those seltzers.
we're trying to be healthy these years.
Oh, no, it's considered a seltzer.
It's a cocktail.
Yeah.
It's only got 8 grams of sugar, so hooray!
Yeah.
Don't spike the glucose. Have
8 grams.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I ain't drinking these anymore.
No, that's ain't enough.
I only want 1 gram of sugar.
Oh wow, you're such a priss.
Is it real cane sugar though?
Oh, well, then it's healthy. Then never
Right,
mind.
exactly.
Never mind.
That doesn't matter.
Not high fructose corn syrup.
Got a
Contains
shotgun.
alcohol from real cane sugar.
Oh, even better. Wow, extra healthy.
Is there a way to get the alcohol up and the sugar down though?
Only 4.5. So drink up.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Again, so we are talking about the Prince of Darkness, second part of the Apocalypse trilogy. Probably not John Carpenter's most well-known movie. Actually,
No.
I had
forgotten
never seen it before
in
I met you,
time.
Ray.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I hadn't seen it. I thought I had, but I mean, I've
Thought you had.
fucking heard of it.
I used to see the cover in Movieland Blockbuster quite a bit, and I confused it with The Serpent and the Rainbow. Are you aware of
Really?
that?
Wow.
Yeah, the cover was.
How did you confuse it?
Okay.
Because of the old cover. There's both someone kind of like screaming on there on the
Bill
cover.
Paxton's in a fucking
Yeah.
in a coffin, and the other one, and
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I would just confuse the covers.
I remember the tagline for Serpent and the Rainbow: "Don't bury me, I'm not dead yet." Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie does continue with the Wongverse, in which we talked about.
Right.
We have Victor Wong coming out in this
Yeah.
one
Yes,
again,
And
yeah,
I forgot his
Oh,
name.
and Wayne.
and Wayne too.
Wayne.
Yeah, whatever
And
his
actor's
his
name.
name is
And
David
his-
or something like
yeah.
that. No,
Yeah.
his last name is Dunn. The Dunnverse. There you
The
go.
Wongverse, yeah.
And as
And
always,
then,
Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasance, right?
You know, I'm surprised Donald Pleasance wasn't in Big Trouble in Little China, man.
right?
He could have been Lopan, man.
Donald Pleasance. I remember.
He would have been badass as Sutter Kane too. In,
Yeah,
probably,
Mount
yeah.
of Madness.
That's true. true that.
Bryce, I think we talked about this earlier. Whenever I think of Donald Pleasance, I think of that scene in Halloween. Whenever I think they say they're gonna let him go, or he escaped, and something's like, no. No, it's like 5 minutes of fucking him going, no.
Well,
Yeah, man. I don't know. Oh, and he was also in fucking Escape from New York. He was the president of Escape from New York. I
Yeah.
think his biggest employer is
John
John
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's where he gets his
If
his
he
W2
didn't have
from-
John Carpenter, he would not have had any fucking
a direct
work.
W-2 from
Yeah.
John Carpenter.
That's right, man.
no, it's a 1099. He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
want to put his account on that shit.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
So
Okay, so we do have the movie Prince of Darkness came out in 1987, and I think within, The Thing came out in 1982, so 5 years later we have Prince of Darkness, and Big Trouble in Little China came out the same year, right? I think.
It came in '86.
Right.
So, okay, so it was The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and then Prince of
Well,
Darkness?
it was The Thing,
Yeah.
Starman,
Oh, yeah, Starman, yeah. I
Yeah.
never saw
Big
that
Trouble in
one,
Little China, and then Prince of Darkness. Again, all flops.
though. Yeah. Oh, and Alice Cooper's in it, too.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
little trivia. Something you did send me earlier, Bryce, that mentioned that Alice Cooper showed up to the set at some point while they were shooting, and that John Carpenter really liked his stage little
gimmick
gag where he
where he-
impaled
yeah.
someone, that they wanted
that
to
they
use it.
used Yeah.
Yeah, and that instead of just giving him a cameo, he let him be like the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the stipulation. Is
Chief
that
hobo.
they asked him if he could use it in the movie, and they told him yes, but I would have to be in the movie.
Yeah.
He was only in like 2 or 3 scenes. Like his main scene was impaling that fucking.
And then it has
I'm so-
it's
I'm-
something with a
I'm-
bicycle. Like it has.
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
bicycle
He
attached to it
impaled
or
him with a
some shit?
bicycle.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck that was. I
Yeah,
couldn't
it's like it was like a
tell-
half bicycle or whatever.
Like-
yeah.
I like
At
how the
first-
guy that's supposedly dead and impaled is having the hardest time standing up fucking or like balancing so like he
Right.
doesn't fall over. He's like wobbling. It was like, give me a fucking break.
He just leaves him there and he's fucking like hanging off of it. Like, it was such a the most boring
I
death
kept
ever.
waiting for the
Yeah, it
homeless
was-
dudes to like pick him up by the legs and just run off into the darkness with his body.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking cool.
or something,
Yeah.
right? Like
Like a fucking wheelbarrow, man.
Yeah, I thought
Fuck
I thought the wheel at some point was just gonna like I thought the wheel was gonna like continue to move, and he was just gonna go down.
Oh, like he was gonna. Or okay, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like the wheel was just gonna keep going, and his body was just
Eventually
gonna
he'll
continue
slowly
with it.
like teeter down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, okay, I got you.
exactly.
he disappeared after that, though, right? Like everyone,
Yeah,
all of the
didn't
people
come
that were
back,
killed by the
yeah.
hobos, like they had like another scene or whatever where they would come back and weird shit. But
Right.
that one nerd was the one that was just like walking down the stairs, gets stabbed, and that's it.
He was
Gone.
too nerdy, man. They had to get rid
Yeah,
of him.
they
You know,
had to.
it's funny is that when every time that guy comes on, I always like just kind of fascinated that he has the headphones on. I'm like, oh, I used to have those.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a little quick synopsis of this movie, or let me just give some more. We said Donald Pleasance comes out, Victor Wong, Dennis Dunn, which is Wang from Big Trouble in Little China. Other people that I'm not too familiar with. I have seen in other movies, but I don't really know their names and anything else.
Well, just as a side note to that, from what I understand, is that's how John Carpenter is able to keep a lot of the costs down by having people he worked with before in other movies
for sure.
to be in
Always.
that. But hey, Kurt Russell's not in it. What the fuck, man?
Well, Kurt Russell
should have been in there.
He was already getting
He's,
too big for that shit.
I
Man.
know.
He's
He
not
was-
coming out
You
of
think the
darkness.
budget, man?
Yeah, I know.
He's uncredited.
Although
Uncredited.
Uncredited as
They just got some B-roll of like
Although this
somebody's hair.
this movie
bullets.
maybe we should have put the wig on the fucking
Yeah,
ring.
Right? There's the connection. These motherfuckers.
This movie actually was a bit more successful. It had a budget of $3 million, made $14 million,
Oh, wow.
$14.1 million at the
What
box
was the budget
office.
again?
$3 million.
Oh yeah, that's how you make it, man. Just fucking
Yeah,
like make
man.
the budget as low as possible.
Yeah. How do you think
It's a numbers game,
How do you think
man.
Lloyd Kaufman's been up and running this whole
Yeah,
time?
that's true,
right?
yeah.
Trauma?
Bryce, you owe me a discussion on whether or not this is an apocalypse.
I told
trilogy.
you.
Okay,
I told
hold
you.
on,
Okay, hold on.
Hold on,
You
yeah,
know
hold
what?
on,
I told
hold
you,
on.
you're not gonna.
Wait,
Hold on. Before you get into it,
I told you weren't gonna
let me
get
go
away
with the
with that shit.
synopsis, and then
getting away
we're
with
gonna get into that, all right?
No, we're not getting
Alright.
into. Okay, look.
Hold on, no, hold on.
Alright,
Stop. You gotta think about what you're gonna say, Bryce. All right?
No, you don't.
No, I'm not.
Okay, don't think about it.
Don't think about it, just let it
It's off
out.
the cuff, but hold on.
No.
Okay, so Prince of Darkness is this is the way it starts. Priest invites quantum physics professor Howard
God.
Byrak and his students to join
It's a
him in the
mingling of
basement
science
of
and
a monastery
religion. So
belonging
much
to
science.
the Brotherhood of Sleep, an old order of
That's
sometimes
such a cool
manages to
name.
communicate through dreams. Hey, you'll get some more cool names when you read the Gods of Eden.
Oh, that's
There's a lot
a
of
cool-
cool names in there too.
That's a cool time to be a Brotherhood of Sleep,
Word.
man.
Yeah. The priest requires their assistance in investigating a mysterious cylinder containing a swirling green liquid. And among the 13 academics present are wisecracking Walter,
A mysterious cylinder
Demure
of green
Kelly,
liquid.
and lovers Brian Marsh and Catherine Danforth. And they decipher text next to the cylinder, which describes the liquid as
Satan juice.
is it corporeal
Corporeal.
embodiment of Satan.
I told you to come back with a rich doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they find the cylinder and
Racist.
Satan is kind of in there, but
Shit, fucking Walter.
Racist
just real
ass
quick,
Wayne.
what
Wayne.
what other
You look kind of Asian.
there you go. We're gonna get more of that.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I take it back. I don't think you look Asian. Like what?
Yeah, see that role could have been in this fucking movie. Like
Oh,
that would have been an improv line, I guarantee you.
Yeah, maybe. But I would have sealed the deal in the end. That fucking little bitch.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, so was he jealous later on? Because he says, "Oh,
Yeah.
good,
They're
good.
prob-
Oh, they're probably having sex right now." Or
Yeah,
some shit. Hope he's
yeah.
getting laid.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hope they
'cause-
go to a nice Chinese restaurant or some shit.
Right? Like,
So-
he couldn't fucking help himself, dude. He couldn't fucking help himself the whole time.
Because that's all Chinese people eat.
right.
Yeah, apparently, man.
Chinese food.
Noodles.
What's that other event that's going on simultaneously? There's like something in space is happening.
Oh right.
Oh,
no.
no, they
No, so,
they
like,
discover like a supernova.
Supernova. That was such a
Supernova.
fucking.
Has anyone seen
shitty
that
little-
movie ever?
Supernova.
Yeah.
What's that the one with Matthew McConaughey?
No, that's
Life. Or no, that's
What? No,
that's
intergalactic or what the fuck was it called?
No,
Intergalactic
that was
Planetary.
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Yeah. No.
God,
It's
damn,
another
that
movie. It's kind of
movie
forgotten, but I
fucking
mean,
I think
watch whenever you
I've
have a
seen
chance, I
Supernova.
guess.
If I
2.5
remember what
hours of
but I didn't really like it.
of
Alright.
like Matthew McConaughey's.
It's-
I
Space
just like the
Odyssey.
It's not that
synopsis
good.
that
It's not
it's
that
talking
good.
about a mysterious
Horrible.
cylinder filled with green liquid. It sounds like a syphilitic dick or something, man. I don't know how you're describing it.
an
Yeah.
alien dick,
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yes.
which is leaking jizzy jizz on the ceiling.
Satan's
Oh, it kind of
space-
does. That's basically like
Satan's
how it
space
gets, that's how it
spooge.
gets everybody, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just a couple drops and
Spreading the
that's all
space
it
herbs.
takes.
Surprise.
So that's basically where we're starting off in this movie. But before we get into more of the movie, Bryce.
No, I'm not gonna go on. Okay.
Yeah, come on.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, look, I was talking, Daniel. I was talking to
Well, it's
fucking
fine. Come
Daniel. No, Daniel. I was talking to fucking Roland and Ray earlier about this shit. I was
looking
like,
forward to it.
I don't know if you're familiar with The View, but I feel like I'm gonna be like a Republican guest on the fucking View, man. Just be like,
Oh, that's adorable.
Well, I'm like, I feel like I'm the only one that has the viewpoint of this, so I'm just not even gonna fucking
Probably
go
not.
because like,
Mostly because
well, okay, all right, no, but
Ray is the
I
one
need more
that-
alcohol, man. That's the problem. This 4.5 shit ain't gonna do it, man. Like
All
I
right,
gotta.
we got to drink faster. Drink more.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, start
We got
double
more-
fisting. Go, 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 go.
What, you want another margarita?
well, I guess-
Roland mentioned that Bryce. Oh, you said you're going to be the Republican, and then Roland said he's going to be like the Meghan McCain of the fucking
yeah,
View,
which is
which would be scary for him because apparently, let's just get out there in the open, Megan, if you're listening.
Well, it's not apparent.
Whatever.
It's not apparently. It's just straight fact. That's the
Ray
case
wants
at
a
this point.
Ray wants a break off piece of that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure.
I have a weird- I
Meghan
have a
Sorry,
McCain
sorry,
listens.
not
I'm sure
sorry.
Meghan
I'm
McCain
sure-
listens to CineQuest every
Right? I'm
release.
I'm pretty sure. Right before the show,
I'm
she
sure
was
that's
listening.
the Patreon donation. That
Yeah,
one we
exactly.
have. Yeah.
just drop her a line on Twitter. And, slide into those.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah.
you know, as the
To-
kids say.
to the
Yeah.
view
Yeah.
DMs.
Sliding those DMs, dark meat.
Hey, that's some bright white and some dark meat coming together.
there you
It's
go,
delicious, man.
It's like the black and white cookie from Seinfeld, man.
Yeah, right.
You.
We all must look to the cookie.
Yeah.
Bryce, please continue.
Oh my god. No, okay. Well, like I guess my biggest question is when
Things
John
you can make
Carpenter.
a yin yang.
Yeah. So does that mean you have a white hole and she's got a black hole? 'Cause that's how the yin yang looks like.
Hey, I'm willing to find out.
All right.
He's.
Well,
We haven't
I mean,
got, we haven't
so-
we haven't gone to the we haven't gone to the porn parody portion of this.
Oh, okay.
Give it
Episode
time.
yet, yeah.
Give
We
it time. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll find it.
As John Carpenter he himself come out and said, "This is my apocalypse trilogy," or is this just some fucking fanboy? It's
I
like,
thought it
"Oh,
was-
it's an apocalypse. It's a trilogy because they all have to
Yeah.
do with the fucking end of the
I
world."
thought somebody came up with the
mentioned,
idea.
No, he's mentioned it himself.
So
Also,
I
he's come
thought
out and
someone
said,
like
like-
some fan bitches came up with this idea, and he was like, "Yeah, sure," or whatever.
Well, that's
I
what
don't
I
know.
was
mean,
thinking.
if that's the
like,
case,
I don't
I
think
mean-
it was
when
him
he
that
was
No,
making
I don't
these
think-
movies,
I don't
was
think
he
that-
like,
I don't
"Oh,
think it
this
was-
is gonna be my
I
magnum
don't,
opus, the apocalypse
I don't
trilogy"?
think it was intentional when he started
No.
making the thing.
No.
Maybe as he
Okay.
thought about it later and he's making Prince
Like
of Darkness.
20 years later.
This is kind of has the same thing. Again,
Where
it's only
he's
running by
like-
themes.
right.
There's no continuing characters.
No.
There's no continuing
Plot or,
plot going
like,
on through.
related,
Like it's just all related through
subtext.
a certain theme.
No. Yeah.
And that's it. And again,
All right.
once we get into the
Actual-
Cornetto trilogy, you'll see that that's as loosely based as well.
This ain't no fucking
Yeah.
Tromaville. All right.
All right. All right.
So yeah, there's plenty of leeway in there to shit all over the fucking ideas of these goddamn geeks.
I
And
don't know.
I'm fine
man.
with that.
And then when you told me that, well, I don't know. I lost my shit when you told me that fucking with a fucking Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead and fucking The World's End is considered a trilogy. What the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
they have nothing to. They have
it's called
nothing
the
to do.
Cornetto trilogy.
Just because he's a director, like, has no fucking. I don't know, man.
But if
Simon
the,
Pegg is in all of them.
if
Fuck.
the,
Nick
the
Frost.
creators and
well,
artists,
if that's the case, then Fat Boy Run. Well, he's not the actor. He's not the director. But if it's got Simon Pegg in it, that Run Fat Boy Run movie should be part of that.
but does it have the other guy though?
Oh, is that the Nick Frost in it?
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
What about
well.
Star Trek? He's in there.
but it's Nick Frost in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
wait.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think
That's,
he's-
Wait,
that's another thing we have to
know.
the pairings of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg both going through those three movies. Like that's also the
I'm about to find out.
continuity
I
of
reached
that
to my
fucking
desk
movie.
for this.
I mean, Nick Frost is in
Could've been- if-
Attack the Block. That's not part of the trilogy. You know what I mean? Because Simon Pegg's not in there, and I think is it Edgar Wright did not direct that one either.
I don't know, man.
Also
I'm
about
just,
aliens.
Yeah.
So figure that one out.
So you're telling
Spoiler
me
alert on
if
that one
Chris
if you haven't
Farley
seen
and
it.
David Spade made a third movie, it would be like the SNL trilogy or some shit? Or what?
Oh
like,
shit, Paul would be in that universe.
Oh, the T.
Oh, there you go.
It's not in there, huh?
Wow, I
But
completely
did
forgot about
Edgar
that
Wright
shit.
direct it though?
I'm gonna say no.
There you go.
No.
There you
Greg
go.
Mottola?
There you go.
Motorola?
There you go. There you go.
Motorola.
There you go.
Mitsubishi.
Toyota.
Singular.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, but what about if they write the screenplay?
Oh shit, maybe. I don't.
Well, anyways, that's
It's
my whole thing
all
on it.
little,
That's,
yeah.
No, like
that's my whole thing.
it
I mean,
smells
it's
like
just,
bullshit.
Yeah,
It probably is.
I don't know. It's fine, man.
But it's so good. I'm gonna watch it. Feed me.
Is there a little shop
I
of
had
horror
never
shows?
heard of
Yes.
those 3 movies: The World's End, Hot Fuzz, and fucking
Shaun
Shaun of the Dead. I had
Yeah.
never heard of them considered a trilogy
No,
before. You
yeah,
told me that.
I just thought it was some bullshit fucking trend or whatever. They're
Well, I
like,
feel
why
like-
not? You know.
Yeah, because like Hot Fuzz is completely. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like what kind of about a cult in a way, but
Yeah.
like they have
Yeah.
the other ones I could see.
Zombies, cult,
Now see that?
aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
All kind of in the same conspiratory kind of thing, you know? Like, how did the zombie apocalypse start in fucking Shaun of the Dead? No one knows.
Yeah, sure.
So somehow on really unrelated, but it just seems too cool for fucking school. But on a search that was simply, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movies, something called Spider Plant Man showed up. It was a short movie for 14 minutes long. It's a British parody short film which parodies the Spider-Man 2002 film adaptation. But it features fucking Rowan Atkinson as Peter Piper / Spider Plant Man.
Nice.
It's
Are
got
we getting
fucking
into
Tony
porn parody
Robinson
territory?
as Robin.
Getting there.
Wait, who? As Robinson? What did you say?
And apparently there's somebody who depicts Batman in there. But yeah, there's a
Fuck.
Mr. Bean as a superhero movie out there.
All right.
Right on.
Cool.
Well, that isn't Johnny English, I guess, or Mr. Bean.
Yeah,
'Cause-
yeah. You mean
yeah.
he's
Right.
himself. Lean,
Anyway.
lean.
Sorry, just saw that, had to comment.
So again, speaking
Always
of
good to
Prince
share.
of Darkness, let's talk a bit about special effects. I mean, we did come off The Thing, which had like spectacular special effects again, which probably
Need to-
most of their budget went to. In this
Yeah,
movie,
that's-
there's not
they-
much.
A lot of,
it was like
camera
they had
trickery,
the budget
right.
hose,
Yeah, they had the
and
hose.
the budget hose kind of ran out.
No, man. I was telling Ray, I was like, I think what they did is just angled it where John Carpenter could be behind the actors with like a super soaker.
Yeah.
And like, like that's what it fucking reminded
That
me
is
of.
the
Dude.
budget hose.
But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of like camera trickery, like kind of, I guess what you would say, like
Yeah,
amateurish
but-
type.
but
A lot of
the thing is,
reverse,
it looked pretty
reverse
good.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the scene where the late. Well, I don't want to go too far into it, but I guess the kind of scene
Well,
where
no,
like
no. The only thing that looked good, I thought, was just like the pool of extra dimensional Satan
juice.
sperm.
But it's all
Up
done
on,
with-
the, on
it's
the
all-
ceiling.
yeah, but it's all
Yeah.
done
Which
with very
was-
practical effects. They just
Yeah,
they just flip the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And,
it's just
that
it was
played
still,
a
it
reverse,
looked kind
you
of
know,
cool.
like-
But when they tied it into the bedroom scene,
Kind of makes
They
you
talked
think where
about
they put
the-
the budget. for
Yeah.
all of that.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
I imagine it was just John
Straight
Carpenter.
up John
doing
Carpenter's
the fucking
nose.
soundtrack.
With all the
the
cooking.
whole
Yeah,
time.
it was mentioned in a little video that I saw that a lot of the effects had to be done like on site because they couldn't like afford to do anything in post. So
Yeah.
everything that was done like in upside down camera
The
and then the
tube.
ground like
I think
all
the
those
tube
little-
was like a lava lamp that they put some kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like spinning blade type thing.
Yeah,
in it.
exactly,
I think it reminds me a lot of like one of those logs that like like the fake fireplace logs, and it's all it is a cylinder spinning.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
like, that's what it reminded me of. But no, I mean he did it well. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
he did it good.
I mean, so my favorite things about the movie were the soundtrack. Obviously,
Oh, of
Like,
course,
the
yeah, the
whole
John
thing.
Carpenter
is just
Speaking of that,
fucking-
I think I mentioned
signature.
to Bryce very briefly that since Big Trouble in Little China was done the year prior, that it was kind of like the B-sides of
yeah, sure.
Big Trouble in Little China because some of the
Played it like 50% or whatever.
music in there that it sounds
Slow
like ominous
down.
and stuff like that sounds almost
and didn't he
exactly
collaborate-
like
know.
the stuff from Big Trouble in Little China. You know, just a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like stuff that they scrapped and they're like, well, let's just fucking use it for Prince of Darkness, you know?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he had shit left over from the thing that he used because
For
they
some reason-
recorded that whole thing and just had ended up. They had a lot of extra fucking stuff that didn't get used.
For some reason, there was an 18-wheeler that would come out every once in a while too.
Said pork chop.
How to
express.
use that? Yeah, how to use that rental? Like,
the fucking. So like, I love the soundtrack because
Oh,
it just
nice, Bryce,
whole,
like the
whole stupid thing
fucking
was
night
great.
suit in Monty Python Flying Circus, man.
yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Do y'all know about that?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
So there's just a stupid. It uses a cheap link, but just a scene killer. But a dude in shining armor comes out with a rubber chicken and hits somebody over the head in the scene. But this is like thrown out throughout the first season or two of Monty Python's Flying Circus, but they did all of the shots in one day because they were so broken they could only afford armor rental for one fucking day.
Nice.
So
Nice.
so that kind of shows some like foreplanning on their behalf. That's one thing I've been really appreciating about them of late.
Right on.
So,
What were you saying?
But yeah,
oh no, that was pretty much it about
You
like.
said you like the soundtrack.
Well,
and,
because the whole thing goes like a music video or whatever. Like every scene almost is, or every
yeah,
other
but it's
scene
John
has-
Carpenter, so I mean, he's gonna.
It's great.
He's gonna feel-
fucking love that.
if you have the
Arpeggiated
talent to
music.
create the music,
A lot of arpeggiated bass lines.
why the fuck wouldn't you put it in there?
But so like his other like I guess what he's
and he
known
gets to
for
pay himself again.
Well, yeah, like fuck, win-win. But so like a lot of I would say I don't know, like 80% of the shots that were done in this movie, like, and I didn't know this until like I saw a review of one of John Carpenter's movies, but like he always does hallway shots, like long hallways of people either walking by, down the hallway or like it's behind them or it's like somewhere in the shot. And this fucking movie was completely set up for it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Or even at the beginning, like on the campus when the guy's walking, I thought that was gonna be the main actor.
Yeah.
Like they're following, and then the
Yeah.
fucking guy in the maroon shirt comes out. I was like, oh shit, he's the guy. That we're like, I was like, what?
Enter our hero.
Yeah. Which I mean, like this. Okay, so it was weird because the set that they used when they go to that abandoned church or
Yeah.
church slash like homeless shelter or whatever the hell
It was
that.
a resort. Or
Was it
no,
a
you're talking
resort?
about the cathedral.
Yeah.
That was all
Yeah,
set
yeah,
though,
yeah.
wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think the outside shots were used like as an abandoned
Just
church,
a
but like
warehouse.
the inside shots were all done on set.
Okay.
And the few minutes that they were shot at a school were from the school that John Carpenter went to.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, they can only shoot for one day there.
Yeah.
But the place that they go, the catacombs or whatever, that was like a resort. That was like abandoned. It was really dilapidated, and like they would like have to be real careful because shit was like falling down all around.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, hey man, I mean, fucking Lloyd Kaufman shot in a fucking abandoned like McDonald's. And shit like
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, man. Hell yeah.
yeah, in like the shittiest part of town.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
where they
man.
had like all those
All homeless people were asking
going
for
up to
money
them
and
shit,
shit.
like they robbing them.
Oh, Poltergeist.
Poltergeist,
Anyone wants to watch that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, those were pretty much the best parts of this. The rest of this was just like C-D grade acting. I mean,
some of the acting was pretty bad, man.
the science they were talking about was just garbage. Like
Well,
I was,
we haven't
I
even
was
really
like
talked about like what they're researching.
well,
yet, or what
because
they
so like,
think they find.
and that's
Yeah.
that's a point of contention throughout the whole fucking movie. Like, how long do they go before they're like, oh yeah, like we're researching the devil or whatever, Like they invite all these people.
It's the priest and some of those people that are like
The nut that
like
they
are-
find the.
They still didn't even. Oh right, they had like an idea.
We didn't even do the opening. Like what happened? It was like a priest.
Yeah,
He dies.
he
in his
dies.
Yeah,
bed.
that's true.
Some nuns come in
Yeah,
and
he's
find
got-
him. They
He's
bring
got his little,
Yeah, his
little
little
chest
box.
of drawers, little tiny little
Yeah,
chest.
exactly. Like you see that, it just
And
fucking disappears after that. Like,
Yeah.
like what is this? A snuff box?
In it, a mace / key.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like the protector of
Yeah.
Right. Of
like this
Yeah,
that little
so
liquid
the
shit.
juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of they
And
the
like,
juice.
and
They
so
kind of
they,
throw in some
So did
stuff.
he have the
like,
secret of the ooze?
Yeah, yeah, right. That's right, man.
So
Exactly.
like
Like Shredder
they-
comes out for some reason.
But they were saying that they were theorizing that Satan is the offspring of a more powerful
Right.
force of evil called the
Right.
anti-god,
right,
antimatter.
an extraterrestrial.
well, it's all it's supposed to
fucking-
be all based in
like-
Yeah,
science.
he's
It's
bound.
like, it's not
he's
even
bound in the
uh,
realm of antimatter.
It's all
And-
subatomic particles, man.
So
Yeah,
oh
bro.
God, that is where he exists.
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
between the atoms.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
And they bring in tachyons. He's like, remember the guy talks about tachyons?
Yeah.
Anytime time travel has to come up with some shit, it's got to be a
Yeah.
tachyon.
Tachyons. That sounds official.
Yeah.
I think this is what I was thinking about.
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah,
was
she
like-
talks about Schrodinger's
But
cat.
I like
So
when
much.
tachyons get
I wish I
invoked,
get
the
my
guy's like,
PhD.
could it
Yeah.
be tachyons?
Fuck
And they're like, yeah, well, possibly it could be tachyons.
That thing
yeah,
pissed me
but
off so-
hey,
that-
no.
Yeah, the that the one student, she's one of the main characters, the blonde girl or the redhead girl.
Yeah, the redhead.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how like, she's like, I just don't get it. Every time I start thinking about all this theoretical stuff, like my sense of my common sense wants to come in and all the talk. I don't know, basically some shit.
Like, she's like, I think I understand it, and then my common sense comes in. Yeah. It all falls away. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
shut the
dick,
fuck,
you bitch. Fuck you.
And the class
shouldn't have taken that upper level credit,
right?
What the
you're in theoretical physics.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
I was
about?
like, are these PhD students?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
Are they
they're-
PhD or just
for
like
sure.
Yeah, they are.
I was like,
but like,
and
it's
they're
assumed that,
speaking
but
like
they're
this
like,
regarding
have
their
no
subjects.
fucking idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I was thinking that John
pissed me
Carpenter
off.
just had like a very general
Yeah.
Idea of
terminology
science and
idea.
quantum physics, and
And
he's like,
yeah,
oh,
and then he's
I'm gonna
like,
put buzzwords in,
and then I'm gonna
this is
throw
gonna
in the
make
devil in there too.
microbiology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Like, so
I can appreciate the fact that he wanted to combine this to make this movie,
there was
but like I mean, it's obviously
There
off
was-
the wall.
there was two professors in there. The rest of these fucks were like PhD candidates
Yeah.
or grad students.
They
and
were all
like,
basically should have been like
assholes.
doctoral student, doctoral
Right.
student, doctoral
No,
student, doctoral
and
student.
like when they introduce each other, they're like, "Oh, my name's so and so, microbiology. Oh, my science, theoretical physics." Like, who the fuck talks
Yeah.
like that? Fuck you.
I feel like at the
you know,
writing
that-
meeting for John Carpenter, he was like,
Probably
we'll
hard
get all
science
the
nerds,
we'll get all the
man.
nerds with science. We'll get all
Right.
the religious freaks with the God stuff. We'll put that together.
Like, you have
It's
that
the perfect
one-
Yeah.
movie.
Well, see, that's one
We're
thing
gonna
that's
fuck
like
everyone's mind
Yeah.
up right now.
weird about this. Like one guy in the camp for old God,
Yeah.
and then you have like a squad of like 12 scientists.
a fucking a bunch of atheists coming out of nowhere. They're like, yeah, let's just go chill at this fucking church and like set up, no problem. There's just a
So-
crucifix in the background. Who cares? Let's just ignore it.
But then, why does Donald
This
Pleasance
is
go
the central
talk to
lab now. Yeah.
Because they're like buddies. I think.
they
or,
friends?
Like the
He goes
the
to- he
priest
goes to
that
show him
the guy
No,
that dies.
he sends him a letter.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so-
The guy that died or whatever, I think, was associated with the professor in some way, and like
Well, he might have been like
he
in like
invites him
the
over.
monastery or whatever, or in the
I
same
don't know,
like
man. Like,
order.
there was
So-
so,
'cause,
many
like, there was-
loopholes
'cause, like,
though, because there's a
there
part
is.
where Donald
Well, 'cause, like-
Pleasance is talking to the professor,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, it's the order of like the guardian priest or some shit. They have immense power and authority. Like no one would question them.
Right.
Like because he's asking him like, well, why didn't the Roman
Yeah,
Catholic Church
right,
get involved?
yeah.
Like what the
Years
fuck?
keep
Like
this
you
secret,
can't just
yeah.
like I don't
It's
know.
just like a footnote to the whole
They just
thing.
throw, yeah,
that,
it's like yeah,
and-
they got a lot of power. Whatever.
it's something that like that they fucking talk about later or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the whole bombshell that gets dropped. What? Catholicism is a lie?
Yeah.
Christianity? Like 2,000 years of us like protecting this like space juice?
Well,
Like,
what's
wait a
interesting though
minute.
too is that
the
you have
father of the devil.
Donald Pleasant scenes where he's going through the history and he's like oh hey yeah, so this is like kind of a big cover up,
Right. We have
And
this
then you see
product
these, like,
that we're selling
but-
to the
but then you see these moments of like just like crisis of faith that like pops up or crises of faith.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Trying to
one
give
where his
the-
sister's stunned.
He's trying to give the last rites, and he's like, no.
Yeah, then he's just like no.
Yeah. No. Oh, fuck. Hold on.
No.
I gotta like backtrack. Well, maybe it's not backtrack. I'll go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel.
And then towards the end of the movie where he's hiding out for like the last 20
Man, that
minutes,
was
but
so
he's just
fucking
sitting there
dumb.
reading his
Yeah.
Bible,
Yeah.
but it's like kind of like there was like probably some cool shit they could have done with his character.
Was
a
he
little
on the Book of
more, like,
Revelation?
as he, well, you would assume so, but he was kind of flipping around. Like the book was open at different parts.
It was a picture book.
Oh, and then he talks about when
The
he finds that
illustrated book of the Bible.
the children's illustrated, the action Bible,
crucifix in
the
there.
fucking comic Bible.
You see, reach over like a little pop-up flap.
It's like a
And then it has a little lever action for the kids to put the spear of destiny.
Yeah,
right.
oh shit. There you go.
So
It's like the nails are like pegs. Like you can put the peg holes in.
It goes with a little pouch on the side.
has a little mallet and some fucking nails. So yeah, they invite over a bunch of so like I thought it was funny because like to me, they get this fucking conflict or whatever problem they're trying to solve, and instead of like getting other specialists cheap ass fucking professors being who they are, they fucking get a bunch of like student help.
Like,
to save a shitload of money.
Right? We're gonna endanger all these students.
Right,
Let's go.
You motherfuckers got nothing
and he's
to
like,
do.
he tells them like, it was like, be prepared to sleep there, and you'll eat your meals there too.
Right, yeah. And
You go, this is only extra credit, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, that's
so
what he said.
It was funny. Like one thing they got accurate in there when he like sits them all down in the room and they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna be coming over like for the weekend. This will help your grades." And
Yeah,
they all
so-
kind of look at each
yeah.
other like. It was really funny because they were all acting real fucking smart and shit up until that point. And then they all all the students kind of look at each other like, yeah. That was accurate,
Yeah.
Like you're either doing really well in grad school or you're smart and your grades are garbage. And so like that shit fucking made me laugh.
So you take
I
the
wonder
extra
if a
credit
bunch
where
of
you can
them were
take it.
like, but I wonder if some of them were like, is he gonna try to fuck us?
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, I don't have to suck another dick for a grade. Not again. Shut up, Wang.
Oh, that's how I got my master's at Harvard. Oh, not again.
Oh man, so like one of the
That jizz was so thick.
do you guys
So
remember? So like the little they're talking about their background.
Dr.
Like,
Hopkins,
it was just
fuck
so
you.
fucking stupid. That one chick where like she starts translating the fucking stupid text that they have
Yeah,
there.
and she's the only one who has like the real decision. I'm getting my doctorate in
theology.
Asian theology.
I should be able to discuss
this should be
it, no
this should be
problem.
easy.
Fuck you.
Except for
hold
these
on.
number things.
I just
What's
wanna say
numbers?
this.
I have
I
no
go,
idea what these numbers could be.
equation.
I just want to say,
that was
we do
somebody else.
have two academics on our fucking podcast right now, so they have more. I would say you have like more of a personal response,
Yeah.
a reaction to
I-
like this
I-
movie because you kind of have firsthand account of what it's like to go through some shit like this.
I get kind of annoyed. I was like, "You're too hot for this. You need more bags under your eyes, like more some great. Like you need a bald spot, like bitch. Fuck you.
Everyone's on like fucking Xanax or like
Yeah, like
shit.
where are the drugs? You're doing this sober.
See, one thing
Fuck
was accurate
no.
though was like the folks fucking daydreaming during class. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, when he was checking out the chick
Right,
while
yeah.
Wong's giving
nice
his fucking,
car showing up on a
yeah.
university campus is not a uncommon occurrence. And so he's just sitting there just like not even listening to this badass discussion about how our concept of space and time are bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder
okay.
who that is.
I'm gonna play solitaire now. I got my bicycle cards. A fucking asshole playing with those fucking cards throughout the whole movie. Like
Yeah.
I never understood that. I was just like, are you just trying to show how alone you are? Like what
Yeah,
the
man.
fuck is
I
this?
Solitaire.
really like Gambit, okay?
Yeah. He's wearing the gloves, the fingerless gloves and shit.
Oh,
That's why I
it's
work
so
around with this bow
annoying.
staff, guys. Right?
Well, actually, I wanted to be a magician, but my
Stupid,
mom made me
right.
go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom told me how to be a
What was,
theoretical physicist.
My dad's such a dick.
What did Wang say? Like when he
he got to be a clown.
he was talking about like why did I decide to study this PhD stuff? Oh yeah, because I want to be a millionaire when I'm 40. I was like,
Oh my
what?
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really, motherfucker? Like,
Incorrect.
yeah.
Very incorrect.
There ain't no money in theology.
You're fucking living a lie.
Can you pass me one of those Cape lines, please?
You get a blackberry mojito.
Yeah,
Perfect,
no,
yeah.
you're gonna finish your PhD
And
by
then
the time
kill
you're
yourself.
like probably in your 30s at the earliest if you're on a
Maybe.
normal trajectory.
Yeah, normal.
And then you get to go suffer as an adjunct,
Right, for the
or
next 15 years or some shit.
or whatever the first wing of professor is, like associate or whatever the fuck it is.
You're gonna spend the next 20 years bouncing from community
Yeah,
college to
tenure
community
track,
college.
sucking dick and meeting
Yeah,
all this,
yeah.
doing all this shit you
No
don't want to do.
benefits.
Like, I remember watching a particular professor go through this tenure process and doing like his tenure folder and stuff. I'm like, man, why the fuck would you go to all that trouble?
Because I love
Like,
it. It's my
I mean,
passion.
you get unfireable, which is kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that's what
but,
he just wants to bang students with what he can't get fired.
It's unfireable to an extent because the thing is,
but
like,
I mean, like,
well, I know. It's like it's not
what
like
they do is
completely,
they
like,
can still fuck you up. They'll just be like, "Oh, no, we're just not going to rehire you.
Yeah.
But we can't kick you out." Like,
renew
what?
it won't renew your contract.
Yeah, it's still so it's bullshit. Like either way,
So if you're a professor who's listening, get to it.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, no, you know what this is. You know what this was.
yeah, if you're going in, you have an idea, and you know, some of us are, you know, not strong enough and abandon it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't study education or business. Some bullshit, fucking crap over the money grab Ponzi scheme.
Well,
you know, man, we should
I don't
just go
think
get a
business will make
fucking
any money
doctorate
either, man.
education
A lot of people
because
go for
like people
business
even like
degrees and they
work
don't like
like
shit, man.
I want to be a
you know,
principal, guys, someday. Maybe superintendent.
but they work
Ray?
like 3
Maybe a
jobs,
reading
raise
specialist.
families, and
Reading
somehow have a
specialist.
time to fucking
Yeah,
get a PhD.
right.
Go fuck yourselves. And they're like, I
you.
did it part time in 2.5
You
years.
pay your fees, you get your B's, right? You fucking pricks.
Essentially, Christ.
You fuckers. I remember when you told me that one, Daniel. I got so angry. Fuck off. God damn it. Bunch of assholes.
all right.
But we have this group of academics or
Thank you for joining the
researchers, and they're all
education
trying
club.
they're all trying to sort out what this is. And
Not having any idea what the fuck it is. Like, they bring them all in here.
so maybe I'm a little stupid, but
They don't tell them
which is
anything until they
true.
get
Well,
there.
I am a little stupid, but when it comes to John Carpenter's just throwing out of the buzzwords, circling back on that idea. So Lisa, the blonde chick who becomes like the
Oh,
main
right.
bad
carrier,
person. Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
Gets her mouth
she's
spit on.
already-
The Avatar.
Well, I'm sorry,
Satan's-
not her. I can't remember what the fuck she does. It's the other chick, Jadine or whatever.
The redheaded
or
girl?
Maybe not the redheaded
The
girl.
Asian girl?
The brunette. The
No,
other
the
brunette.
chick with the glasses.
Oh.
Who was who's a radiologist.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
I
God.
forgot
Okay,
about
was that the one that
And
did
then-
the
and
carbon
then she was
dating?
the one who did the carbon
God,
dating.
I got so
And it's
excited. I messaged you about
7
that.
Years old.
7 million
Bitch.
years old. I was like, what?
Carbon has a half-life. It's like you
50
get
fucking thousand.
reliably 50,000 years.
Like, I was like, all right, what the fuck is this?
Reliably.
Like, I had to Google
That's
it
the
really
best
quick.
you
I
can
was
push
like,
it. I mean,
wait a
there's
minute.
other
Like,
sources of
I-
dating out there,
unless
but not
I'm-
carbon-14.
I thought
Fuck
I
you.
remembered they pushed it up to like 100, 150,000 at one point from some fucking like record they were able to find. But that was a
Yeah, but that's like that's an outlier.
No.
Basically, it's like 50K and
Yeah,
you're pushing it,
maybe
bud,
60.
for radiocarbon dating.
and
So
yeah, like Google this
Well,
shit.
for
It's
that for
right there in the
radiocarbon
front. I was
dating.
like,
For
you
C14,
bitch, wish you
precisely.
fucking wish.
she doesn't say C14 dating, but she's
No,
like,
she's
the carbon dating.
Yeah. What was it?
7 millimeters.
Like I was dating the rim of the cylinder at the top or whatever. And it's giving us the ages of get the fuck off of here. You your bullshit. Like, and like,
as we are aware, John Carpenter is not a scientist.
No.
And he has, again,
So much time.
terminology.
What- when she goes
buzzwords.
down-
He's just throwing those out there, you know?
God damn it.
Wow, man.
When she
I
goes down to
guarantee you,
see
he's
the
not.
thing,
He's like
or
the people
a
watching
hack
this
on
are not
it.
Yeah.
in any
Just say
sort
some
of
nerd
way.
shit.
He's not anticipating people
No.
who know.
So-
Because I mean, you could. I mean, if you just like watch this movie and you're listening
Yeah.
to this shit, you're like, oh, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
you know?
right. No,
And I feel like for anyone who is watching it, John Carpenter's just giving everybody a
it's
big old
cool.
middle finger. He's
It's
like,
yeah, exactly. It's
Thank you
actually
for questioning my
Yeah.
script.
yeah.
Watch my movies.
fuck your science.
like if you watch it like with no expectations, like it's great. Like it really is. Like because he just says just enough smart shit to like push the fucking story along and be like, all right, let's see what we do with these fuckers. And I did like it for that, you know, because again, like just like watching The Thing or any of his other movies, I'm not expecting this huge fucking like undulating fucking narrative or whatever the fuck talking about. You know, like
I mean, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
so.
Had many facets.
It was enough to like I enjoyed it, but like when I thought about it, I was just like, oh fuck you, dude. You know, like okay, like,
But like you said, like John Carpenter is just giving everyone the middle finger
Right,
because guess
yeah.
what? You're watching my movie.
fuck
That's
your
right.
science. And well, I mean, he was mostly giving the middle finger to Christianity, which I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was-
and
that
on
was-
top
yeah,
of
that
it,
was
for sure,
funny.
yeah.
Like,
And
it-
fuck your god.
and like, and he did it within a few minutes, you know, like that bombshell they dropped throughout the, you know, in that one scene where they're talking about, you know,
Yeah.
like they review 2,000 years of lies and,
well,
you know, like how.
Speaking of 2 years of lies, we'll talk about 2 weeks of lies, or maybe 2 months. When you first put up the initial outline for The Thing, Ray,
Right.
I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head, but you talked about kind of the section there how they kind of hold a trilogy, but it's like they all have a theme of it's like The Thing is like destruction of the self, then it's like destruction of God, and then
Just like the destruction of like
the
humanity,
mind,
or like
whatever.
yeah,
The other was
yeah.
what is it? Was it the self, the destruction of God, and then destruction of the, like you said, the mind.
Yeah,
The mind, or
it's the
Actually,
mind. It was
I
the
just-
thing
or
was the
of
self.
reality or something
I think
like
the
that.
thing was the self. The Prince of Darkness is God, and then
Right.
in the Mouth of Madness is like
Trilogy?
it could be reality, your mind,
think
whichever.
so.
You know, just that's
right.
perspective of however you want to put it.
Right. Yeah.
Which okay, so that's one thing because I had not watched this movie prior to us or to you announcing we're doing this trilogy.
Sorry, you're on board with Bryce and Roland here then.
What? Oh.
Yeah, we all hadn't seen it in a while, but it's great.
Right. So fuck, what was my point about that? I thought that since you had pointed that out, that would have been a little bit more punched up, like that destruction of God or whatever.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you'd have had a little bit more of like that, I guess, wrestling with one's faith that I was talking about with,
I mean, I see your point there, Daniel.
Scientists going, what the fuck?
Right.
You have a little of that with Brian later in the movie, like, this is psychokinesis or whatever. Like this, this does like
mind
energy.
energy.
It does not behave like anything that we know.
Well, I mean, I could tell you right now, if Wikipedia was around back then, it's almost like someone researched Wikipedia to write the script for this movie.
Sure.
And I mean, you go bare minimum on very generic topics.
There's not a lot to use. Like,
no.
It's just the main idea, the main themes or whatever are there.
But according to some persons, like this movie is meant to be a very generalized. So you're supposed to ask the questions more yourself. And again, if you are a person of a scientific background, you should you're obviously going to question some of the shit that he says, because you're just going to say you're not just going to take it at face value whatever the characters say, because I mean, first of all, they don't sound or look too smart.
No.
And the way they deliver that, so you're gonna have to just automatically you can't just I'm just going to accept what you fucking say.
Right.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go off. Apparently, this movie is supposed to intentionally make you go off and question other things.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, speaking of questioning whether these people are actually that smart, I love how the last act that we see before Brian does the very, very last thing in the movie, but he touches his mustache. So it's like a vain attempt of I love this glory. I may never see it again. Let's try to go find that redheaded fiery bitch again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she
So
was
hot.
very attractive.
She was.
Hello there, Ray here from MoQuest Studios. First of all, thank you to the person or persons listening. You are very much appreciated. If you enjoy what you're listening to, be sure to check out all of our podcasts at moqueststudios.com. There is Fat Food for Fat People, for all your uninformed food and drink news and tastings. Anatomy of Mixtape, where a group of friends argue over the construction of the ultimate mixtape. CineQuest Video discusses all your VHS classics and beyond. And lastly, Valley Strange, for all your supernatural, paranormal, and conspiracy needs from all over the world to the Rio Grande Valley. And don't forget to check out our Patreon for exclusive content too scandalous for the public. Again, thank you for listening, and thank you for the support. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Ray,
Best.
one thing I wanted to ask you at the very beginning of all this: how hard did you laugh when that guy was out on the street and he said, "This is caca"?
Yeah, I did laugh.
And then
a
he
lot.
whispers it, "Caca."
I did. I was watching last night, right? Again, because I mean, I'd seen it earlier this week, and again, I had seen it many times before that. But I was watching last night where I was kind of fiddling with all these lights and shit, and it was just on my TV. And as I was fucking with the lights and stuff, and the TV's in front of me, he says that, and I swear to God, I don't remember that in any time that I've watched it before until that moment. And then I think it's because the past couple of months,
you
the
were
word,
talking
the word
about
caca,
how much you
this
like
makes
the
me
word
this
caca.
makes me fucking laugh every fucking
When
time.
I heard that,
hear
I was like, man, Ray's probably laughing that.
it is true. I was, and then he whispered it again, and I was just like, oh shit. Actually, it's funny because when that happened, I was in my room sitting on the chair again, fucking with the lights, and I laughed, and then my mother's on the other side of the house, and she's like, she heard me laugh that loud.
Yeah.
And
She's
like, "What are you laughing
somebody
at?"
said caca, didn't they?
Right? That gets you every time.
It's my boy.
You're 13 years old.
and I've said this before. Every time I laugh about it, I'm sorry. My humor is so fucking juvenile that anytime I hear the word caca or someone says it, I fucking laugh. I've never heard the word before.
Funny. I just imagine your mom in the other room, God damn it, someone said caca again. Fuck.
Yeah. Really, Ray? Fuck.
But yeah, so yes, thank you, Bryce.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember?
I would have really, for my price of admittance for this movie, I would have wanted about like 20 minutes where they just had that other professor doing the jazz stuff, and I think that they just couldn't afford Michael Winslow for this movie. But yeah, listening to a little jazz horn shit was kind of fun, man.
Oh,
I wanted more of it.
Like juggling those apples or whatever, and the cigarette in the kitchen or something like that.
Yeah, he's trying to grab all the coffee and the cookies. Yeah, he throws the coffee up into his like crook of his arm, or not the coffee, but the cookies.
Why is he happy? Like, for a second, I thought that was the soundtrack. I was like, John Carpenter's playing it? What? No.
As he's trying to run away from the fucking dude.
It was so random because like everybody there is super serial, and like you have this one guy like I'm just
Well,
like,
even when he
starts
was
the scene,
even when
he's
he was
like,
fucking,
yeah,
even when he's
like,
zombified, he's like, he's like laughing and shit. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to come up with that bass.
Yeah.
Is that jazz?
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I think he's possessed. He's scatting. Stop him! Somebody stop him!
Yeah,
he's going crazy loose on that
You
bass.
should have had the fucking possessed professor scatting as the other dude was singing Amazing Grace.
Yeah, that was weird, man. Actually, like,
I wanted to bring something up about that. I was like, why did they have to have the black guy singing
exactly.
that fucking song on the way up?
Oh, sweet these nuts.
So Roland, where is your racist analysis for that one?
Okay, well, that would be my second one. The first was like basically everything that
Roland,
Wang was
speaking
saying.
Speaking of your racist analyses, going back to Big Trouble Little China, I'm pretty sure you just inserted a racist moment. So when you talked about
the hijack goggles?
Jack changing his mind about Wang following Wang.
No, I did not. I did not, because like that came out of nowhere. Like, why would he say that? Like he was making he
said
a lot
something
of jokes
about that he thought better of it.
Yeah, he thought better because he said like he wanted him to drive, or he was going to follow him. He was going to follow him. He was going to follow him in his car
potentially.
Yeah, because he's a bad driver. Because that is like he was already. They started out.
Hey, Jack, $2,000, asshole.
No. Oh, I mean,
yeah,
like,
he didn't trust him. He owes him fucking money.
So like. Maybe.
Yeah, but Roland's taking it from an ethnic angle.
Maybe that's something, but it's possible because I've heard that.
Oh,
that
maybe
fucking,
it's money, not color. You know, maybe maybe it's class.
Okay, like I'll give you that one, but
you little revolutionary.
But because I guess I've just heard that joke used too many times, and maybe I internalized it.
Speaking of which, I did post that on Instagram stories, and I did actually I did repost the Beverly Hills Ninja one, just in case anyone didn't get the reference.
Right. Those kicks are so Asian.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
By the way,
Robin Lowe or Show, sorry.
Yeah.
We totally got into some ASMR shit last episode too when we did the meow meow stuff. I was laughing my ass off so hard, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Bryce? Were you sober for that?
Yeah, I was pretty sober for that.
Okay.
No, Bryce was participating in the meow meow shit.
Yeah.
I know, but I didn't know if you remembered.
Oh, remember? Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
But that was a jewel of a moment.
Yeah.
I literally looped that shit like 10 times or something.
Do you guys remember what they said about in the movie when like again they were reviewing Christianity and what they said about Jesus? Like it was like one or two sentences.
He was like wasn't he like an alien? Right?
He was no, he wasn't.
Extraterrestrial origin?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I thought it was that like
yeah.
he was like a visionary that like learned too much or something. Like he got too much information, and so like they had to take him out, or like they killed. Like they said something along the lines where it's like he learned too
so
much.
Jesus was a conspiracy
right before
theorist.
That there was
like
a little bit of discussion about how like Jesus was an extraterrestrial or something like that.
I thought when they mentioned when they were talking about the father of Satan that like he was an extraterrestrial existence or something like that, and that
they did, and then they invoked Jesus, and then talked about how like
I thought
They did
like
something about aliens again.
Yeah.
And then how he knew too much and had a following.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's
and then
why they iced him.
Took him out or whatever. I thought like he basically went like X-Files on him or whatever.
Agent man.
And like that's why they were like, all right.
Yeah, and Judas was the Scully. There, just dyes his hair red and shortcuts it a little bit.
You're making it sound so much more interesting.
I don't think it's interdimensional Satan there, Mulder. I mean Jesus.
You're so hot.
What were you going to say, bro?
Jesus.
Call me
gonna say
Fox, my child.
No, there's been other movies where I was just gonna say there's been other movies where they kind of did that where Jesus. There's a movie called The Visitor. It's fucking weird, but like it's like Jesus is like he's like a second coming, but he's like an alien or some shit. And like I don't know, but that's been postulated before.
Well, I mean, I think at this particular time, I don't know when the movie The Seventh Seal or The Seventh Sign came out. Seventh Sign with Demi Moore. Whenever
I'm thinking of
actually the guy that plays Sutter Kane in The Mouth of Madness plays like the Jesus
88.
character.
Well, also Ray wasn't the whole Heaven's
Seventh
Gate
Sign came out in
thing-
'88.
Was that Heaven's Gate?
Wasn't Heaven's Gate predicated on the whole belief that Jesus was an alien or some shit?
Yeah. There you go. This idea has been around for a long time.
When did Heaven's Gate start like coming?
It was like they've been around since like the 70s, man.
What was that? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, that the Heaven's Gate people like had this whole thing about Jesus.
That
being
was their
an alien
belief
kind of
that he
thing.
was an alien being. Jesus was an alien.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just curious when they were like.
Aren't those all the guys who went dickless too?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was,
they drank themselves into a nice.
To get their space cocks
Comet,
or whatever.
yeah, went to a nice comet
It was
ride.
from like the 70s
Yeah.
to the 90s, late 90s.
which is a comment Bryce made in Valley Strange,
Hitched
first
a
episode
ride
about
on that comet.
the dicks floating in fucking space whenever they get on Hellbot.
Oh, I remember listening to that. That's right.
So I guess let's get to favorite parts of this movie. I mean, does anyone have like a particular moment or like multiple moments in the movie? And let me just say this: mine is when it's the death of the guy that's outside and he has like the cockroaches on him and shit like that.
all the Beatles and
like,
shit.
Yeah, that's
so we don't even
probably my
talk
favorite part
about
of
that,
movie,
actually.
yeah.
We should have mentioned how when they get to this
That's when they go outside.
abandoned
If
chapel,
they go outside, like
for
they're
some
gonna get
reason
killed,
they're
yeah.
always surrounded by like homeless people, like they're
Right.
children of the corn kind of shit.
Yeah.
Just standing there.
Well,
you know,
for some, I guess that's another thing too. So I'm assuming the homeless people they want to keep them in the building for some. I guess to finish that research or some
Right,
shit. Is the research what's gonna like, or whatever they're doing there is what's gonna release them?
Right, exactly.
Because Donald Pleasance is all like,
because
it's your disbelief that
like,
gives them
keeping a
power
secret
and all
till
that shit."
science is ready. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so they just get this homeless army or whatever that surrounds them and
The
just
hobo
boxes
army.
them in and
Led by
they slowly kill.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
They slowly, yeah, exactly. Alice Cooper slowly gets his posse to kill all these nerds, or single them out, as they for no fucking reason walk outside in the middle of the night by themselves.
It's hilarious.
and approach these fuckers.
I was thinking if they try to go outside or they open the window and they see them outside, they're like nerds,
right?
nerds.
They egg them or something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Alice Cooper's gonna have
Back
a
in there,
stage set up
motherfucker.
and he's gonna be fucking.
He's like,
feed my Frankenstein.
he's gonna be like, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
Pew. Anyways,
Yeah.
but that's my favorite part of the fucking movie.
As he's
so.
carving
When
into
he
somebody.
stabs the guy with
Be
the spear.
my
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly.
The bugs.
Yeah.
The bugs.
Oh,
Now the guy who has the bugs on him, is that the one
hitting
his
himself
head
with a
falls off?
crop. Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Sorry. please, Bryce.
No. With the Beatles, is that the one with the guy's head falls off?
Yeah,
his
yeah.
body
Yeah.
falls
And it's
apart.
funny because
Yeah, it's a pretty good
I
scene.
feel like when he's gonna deliver this message, it's very underwhelming.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna tell you guys something.
I have a message for you.
Yeah.
You're not going to like it.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Pray for
God
death.
damn, I forgot
that was
that
it.
shit. Damn,
So
I
dumb.
forgot
I was like, I'm
about
glad
that.
your head fell off because that
Yeah.
message sucked.
Fucking.
You're not gonna like. Oh,
Are you
my-
done?
when he
Was
said
that
that,
it?
I was like,
Like-
what?
It's very snarky. You're not gonna like it.
Right.
But I was like, who fucking wrote that line in this movie, dude?
John
You think
Carpenter.
John Carpenter wrote that? In there?
Well,
That's pretty cool.
Whenever they're typing shit, he said it was just a bunch of gibberish shit. He didn't want it to sound biblical.
Yeah.
Like you can't. The
that
god
line could've been
plutonium
delivered by
can't
Jack
save you or
Burton,
something like
too.
that.
Yeah.
Well, see, the god of plutonium can't save you.
Right.
That's supposed to be like nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
So, exactly.
Like if they try to like use that, it's not gonna work.
I live. Yeah.
It's just like like banging on the keyboard.
He just says, "I live." I'm like, well, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get
okay,
it.
that's
I get
cool.
it. You don't have to type it again.
Yeah.
So like I saw that that scene or whatever of the guy disintegrating into bugs, and I was just like I was just fucking stupid. I just looked over like thinking to myself like one of them was gonna look over and somebody get the raids. Like fucking dumb, just like a bunch of dung beetles or whatever.
Well, they do that, like those fucking Alice Cooper is gonna be like, no, they're my friends.
Right, that would've totally been.
No, stop it. Yeah.
That would have been Barrick's fucking egg Shen moments.
Yeah.
Right.
Throws a can of Raid at it, explodes. You will come out no more.
Oh man, it would have been so cool if Alice Cooper had his like his low pan moment with the fucking professor, and like they just cross their fingers and, and she like bugs fighting or some
they
shit.
just share their mean mug look.
It's like oh man, what the fuck?
Cooper.
What about you, Roland? I mean, I know you talk about
My
do
favorite
you have a favorite scene in the movie? It's kind of hard. I mean, this movie's not
really,
as like it's not as like extravagant as like
aren't.
the other movies,
No, absolutely not. There really aren't any good scenes in this fucking thing. I mean, other than like shitting all over everything. But I guess the end, when
the credits roll,
right?
Yeah.
Like, cool. Like,
I saw cast. I
Get
like
some more
this.
John
I like
Carpenter
this.
music. It was on.
Right. So when the one chick that was possessed,
Yeah.
so when she starts to like, she picks up her little like hand mirror and she puts her fingers
the
through it,
compact,
and
she's
and then like it breaks, and I'm like, okay, that's.
I thought she was gonna lose her. Honestly, man, I thought she was.
So-
I thought she was
so-
gonna lose her fingers in that fucking.
Right,
movie,
yeah.
honestly,
Like when that
She
other
was
guy
fingering
was standing in
hard
front of
too,
the
man.
mirror for the longest time, just staring at himself, giggling and crying. I was like, why? What? And then she does that, and I'm like, okay, so it's like a little.
Man, she's like that.
Yeah, she does her little like fingers that little portal or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and
she's-
gives it a little like
Yeah,
flick.
she's like.
I was
looking at-
expecting fucking Pinhead to show up.
Right.
Right?
All right.
We
I
have
was
many
like-
sights to show
It's
you.
like,
wonderful things.
She breaks the mirror, and I'm just like, babe, you're being way too rough.
Yeah.
Like you gotta coax, you gotta be gentle.
Yeah.
Like just try it again. All right, and then she fucking
yeah.
goes up to the bigger mirror and
Yeah,
fists
there you
it.
go.
She's like,
okay,
now that's what I like.
I guess like that's. No, I did like it when she reaches through the fucking full size mirror though, and you see the hand reach out from the other side, and like she slowly pulls it, into that bit, and then fucking the waist of the fucking hottest chick there like jumps in and like plunges her, and you see her like sort of like drowning on the other side as it
that's a cool
that
part,
was
yeah.
cool.
And
What
Donald
ruined-
Pleasant's
what
gonna be a
ruined
fucking
that-
dick.
What ruined that scene for me was that stupid pussy ass priest, like fucking going like he cuts the. Okay, so that I guess that whole segment I liked. Like the
Like when
fucking
he cuts
priest
her
gets
arm
the
off?
axe,
Yeah.
like cuts her arms off. It grows back like some kind of weird tentacle weed or whatever, and then he cuts her head off. She just like picks it up, puts it back on her neck. I'm like, okay, and then he fucking like runs back around the corner.
And then he
or
says
some
like
shit.
unclean
He's like,
spirit.
"Ugh."
Yeah, it's some shit. And he like runs
Nope,
back.
I'm going back over here. And then like here comes whatever her name is, Lisa, or I forget, the redhead,
Yeah.
and like she just tackles Demon Girl
Couldn't she just like drop kick her ass in there or something?
Yeah.
Like she had to like run in there too.
or something.
She just-
Or
Or like grab her by the
fucking
grab her by the ankles and go whoop.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
flip her in
Right. She could have just flipped her ass or whatever, just like pushed her. Or you know what? Like she could have, like the priest could have gotten on his knees in front of her, and she just like pushes him over.
Yeah,
or
right.
some shit. Like whoop. But like, so what ruined it is like when
See, Donald Pleasant should sacrifice himself. It's real fucked up.
Yeah,
man.
dude,
He's like fuck this shit. I'm gonna let this bitch go.
he fucking like almost like underhand throws that fucking
The
axe,
axe.
like like. I don't want let me get rid of this, and
Yeah.
like breaks the mirror and shit,
yeah.
and I was like,
Can we talk about the dream real quick?
Oh, so Bryce was mentioning that earlier, which was because like that was one of the better
I was gonna
One of the best
say,
parts.
actually, Roland, it's kind of funny because I was either gonna say the ending part or
Yeah.
the dream sequence is probably my favorite scene in
Yeah.
the movie. But yeah, that part at the end where he's like fucking hacking, he's got to say like a Latin
Changed
line.
up
He has to
so
say like
radically at
say
the
like a
end.
fucking Latin line every time he knocks off a limb.
Yeah.
Like even like when he's like wedged and he throws that fucking axe like one handed, like and he's like he
Yeah.
says some fucking Latin line. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
But
But
the dream sequences. They,
Dream. I'm not saying that. I mean, it was cool because it's this whole sequence where
that's where all the budget went.
whoever interacts with the devil or gets within range or whatever starts to all have the same dream. And the video is the same right up until the end, where of course they do the close up. You see it's that chick that's in there,
Right. Yeah.
but the figure that's in the the silhouette figure looks nothing fucking like her. It has like some like long, or it looks like almost like it has like a fucking graduation cloak on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cap and gown, just like.
And we all know she wasn't graduating.
No.
She did not get.
Yeah,
it.
she did not get it.
No, she didn't defend her thesis.
She might have gotten an honorary, you know.
I was just about to say they didn't even give her honorary.
Posthumously? Oh shit, man. Honorary doctor.
They're gonna start a parapsychology wing or department, and she's gonna it's gonna be dumb bitch who jumps in the mirror when she should just broken it after pushing the dumb bitch in.
and you know
they
what?
find another mirror and like throw the framed honorary degree in there after her.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. Bring a mirror to graduation.
God
Sign of the
damn.
cross. There you go.
He's gonna diploma through the fucking mirror.
Throw the cap and gown in there too and shit. No, actually, I didn't even think about that. What the fuck does Egg Shin? What is Egg Shin? What's his name in the movie?
Oh fuck.
What, does how the,
Victor Wong's character.
yeah, how's the fucking professor gonna explain all this shit when he's got to go back to the school? Like, oh yeah, all my students are dead.
They
like,
yeah,
they did drugs and
yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, there you go.
They're on PCP.
Yeah, he's got that tenure, so they'll be like, all right.
Get rid of him. So
He's gonna go.
Expected.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess case closed.
But I got a lot of great
Barak.
research on it.
That's Victor Wong's
Case
character.
closed, Johnson.
Yes. Open and shut.
That's funny.
Daniel, did you have any sort of scene that you particularly liked
Or hated.
or
I've
hated?
been thinking, and not really actually. Like,
yeah, they're kind of
I
few and far
thought- I
between on
thought-
this one. Yeah.
there was one that was like some funny scenes, like the way that the recently deceased and now I guess zombie horde dudes
just walk
but the
away.
way he gets his neck broken.
Oh, wow.
But when he
That was
attacks
really
him at the end, and he kind of lazily turns around, his neck is all like cracked over, and he fucking is able to arc up that fucking Satan sperm into the dude's face.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But it's just like he's just so slack jawed and everything, just like.
Yeah. I also like how all the homeless, like the horde of homeless people, just kind of slowly, like, let's walk away after all that shit. They're like, they just kind of dissipate into the
They kinda
streets.
We're
disappeared.
done,
Like,
bro.
Yeah.
Back into the shadows.
Yeah.
Vanish.
Shit.
Yeah, Jesus came along. Move along.
Yeah.
Move along.
Yeah, that's right.
Nothing to see here.
Okay.
Sit over the clouds. It's over now.
Yep.
You're free, my children.
Go back to your cardboard homes. And
And then that's where we get the Kurt Russell cameo.
Oh, there you go. Damn. See, that would have been fucking amazing.
That would have been funny.
I mean, considering
Telling you.
they're like pretty much friends, I mean, maybe he would have done it
Just
for free, I don't
cameoed
know.
at the end.
Probably. Just pass by with a semi.
Yeah. It's still is Jack Burton like coming by like.
But it's all glowing as shit.
Yeah.
Fucking rolls down his window. It's all in the reflexes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if there's any much more to talk about this movie.
I just wanted to see if there was any. Did you guys maybe find any trivia?
Well, we did mention the trivia as far as like
Yeah.
how they shot the movie,
How much
how
they spent.
like the budget itself.
I just know the scenes with the dream sequence was they filmed it on VHS and then they put it on a TV and then they filmed the TV and that's how they got that kind of look.
Well, they you know the girl drowning. That's the girl drowning in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, like it was like a nighttime underwater and shit like
Can
that.
I can read.
Oh, word.
Let me read. Because when you when you're talking about the video sequence, like it's kind of hard to remember, but it has some of the coolest
what the fuck
lines,
does it
dude.
say, man?
I got it
'Cause,
right
like,
here.
Yeah, you catch little cool stuff
Yeah,
like we are
it's actually
transmitting from. It was like a
exactly.
Rush
That's-
album,
It's
man.
right, yeah. So
Well,
it's,
that part reminded me so much of They Live because it was like the whole thing where they.
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
word.
like it's this is not a dream, not a dream. We're using your brain's electrical system
Yeah,
as a
sort of.
receiver. We're unable to transmit through conscious neural interface. You are receiving this broadcast as a dream. We are transmitting from the year 1999. You're receiving this broadcast in order to alter the events
1999.
you
Oh,
are seeing. Our
shit.
technology has not developed a transmitter strong enough to reach your conscious state of awareness. But this is not a dream. You are seeing what is actually occurring for the purpose of causality violation.
Wow.
Days Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you.
Oh shit. Okay, so we'll go with ratings for this movie. The IMDb score is a 6.7 out of 10, which is actually pretty high considering.
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
Sorry, I was just thinking about that sequence and with Rush's The Trees specifically.
Yeah, true that.
Nice. Okay.
Or could have.
With the Satan, he tries to take the light.
Sorry. Oh, okay, I got you. I was thinking more like 2112. We are the priests of the temple of Sirius.
I fucking wrote, actually, when we talked about Peter Bourdieu's practice theory in grad school, I fucking talked about like that song in class, and I think I wrote part of my paper referencing it, just it's all about, you know, structures within structures and blah blah blah, and I don't know.
What'd you get on that?
Read Bourdieu, it'll blow your mind. He's full of shit, but it'll blow your mind.
All right. Purdue.
All right, so ratings. Bryce, what do you give the Prince of
ratings.
Darkness as a rating? 1 out of 5.
You know, man, 1 out of 5.
Satan Juice.
Satan juice. Oof. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. Satan juice, man.
Alright.
It was okay. Nowhere near like my favorite Carpenter movie though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I guess I gotta base it on other Carpenter movies I've seen.
Yeah,
I had never
this
watched
is
it before I saw it,
absolutely not.
before you showed it to me. If I'm being entirely honest, I did fall asleep through some of it when I was watching it earlier today. I could have just been tired, but
Oh yeah, it's not a very exciting film.
yeah, I do like that it has sort of like a slow. It does have a slow build up. It's got tension, like it does get more tense as it goes along, which I like. But yeah, I just don't feel like, honestly, don't feel like, and even though when you hear the trivia about it, you would think that John Carpenter, like, this is like
it's almost
his
more like a suspense movie than horror.
Well, I feel like it's it's like the way they describe it as like John Carpenter's like labor of love almost, but it doesn't feel like his heart was in it as much like his other movies.
Nah.
So I don't know. It was a little bit lackluster.
Surprisingly, he had full control
Like,
of
he
this
could have
movie.
Yeah,
made-
but it felt lackluster to me. I don't know. Like
it's like he could have made this out of like just like B like extra film or whatever,
you're right.
you know, like
just splice
extra-
together the thing.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
just like unused footage and shit. Which that would have probably been pretty cool too.
Well, again, like I said before, like I feel like
think of
even
it.
like the soundtrack was like just
Recycled.
B-sides
it
or
was
unused
very
music from
typical.
like Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Again, if he did this the next year, I mean, it was done fucking quick, you know. So like there wasn't much work put into it. There wasn't much thought put into, like, especially the script writing and the story itself. I mean, if he wants to go that grand,
yeah.
that it takes a little bit more time than just to be
Wow.
like, I'm gonna use
You guys
buzzwords.
cut
and
up
boom, boom, boom.
badly.
I'm just gonna use buzzwords.
So he did
throughout
he
this
did
whole
everything, like he
Yeah,
produced,
yeah, he
written,
did,
all
yeah.
that. Well, somebody one of the music people I used to hang around with, they had like a saying that was like, if you wrote the album, produced the album, recorded the album, wrote all the parts for it, is there any wonder that you're the only one that really likes it? Because it's like you don't have any other. Yeah, so I mean, it could be he just was trying to bite off more than he could chew.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Or I don't know.
Or
But
you're just trying to prove something, but I mean, again, it probably was.
this is the second time I've seen the movie. I know the first time you lent me the DVD, and then this is the second time watching it on Plex. And I don't know. I mean, maybe if I watch it again, I mean, it's not bad, but
It's not a bad
wasn't-
movie
it wasn't
necessarily.
Like, it didn't rock my world.
No.
Man, I don't know.
No.
What about you, Roland? What do you give?
I'll give it
Prince of
like
Darkness?
2 out of 5 supernovas.
That's all right. Supernovas, all right.
Champagne supernovas in the sky.
So I actually really like this movie. just for like the few parts of the story that just like for the most part it's amusing. As long as you ignore any common sense in there. The music, like I've always just been a big fan of John Carpenter's fucking synth fucking opera bullshit that he always whips out, and that's never gonna change. And I really liked the shots that he used that I didn't notice until I looked up some like criticisms of his film style. And but they were cool, like a lot of long old ass hallways, just like people walking and candles and shit everywhere, and just a few like silly little props or whatever. That fucking like spinning green toilet,
Satan.
full of Father of Satan.
Well, I like that. Yeah, I like the sets, man.
Space
Definitely, they were done
jazz, and I mean, at least all the PhDs were like they're pretty good to look at too, so like that helped too.
Yeah, especially
like,
Wang, the Wang character.
Oh god, Wang was fucking hilarious. Like if you're gonna pay attention to any of the characters in there, like he says so much stupid shit. Like he must have.
Did he die
must have had fun.
in that movie? I don't remember. He got
No,
He
he didn't.
doesn't.
No, he lived.
He lived, yeah.
Yeah, he survives. He did.
Donald
have,
Pleasant
like,
lives. The main
The
mustache man.
mustachioed man, yeah.
Dewang lives, like,
and
the women
that's
die.
it. Yeah,
That's for sure.
All the women die.
Oh, I like that in the beginning too when he's talking to the girl. He's like, "Oh, we have a running bed at in like the department. Like, why something about like why did all the PhD like or something about that why don't they ever settle down or some shit."
Oh yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
"That's
yeah.
very sexist."
Right?
Or
Yeah.
like,
Why don't the PhDs like to hang out in the dorms or something like that?
yeah, it's something about like settling
That was
down. or some shit.
really weird.
Yeah.
And he's like, no wait.
Let me start over.
No, he says, I'm a sexist and proud.
Oh,
Right, yeah. He's
shit,
like,
I didn't
I'm a proud sexist. And then she's like, and he's like, oh shit, like I was trying to be
She's like,
smart.
This conversation isn't what I imagined.
Right.
Can we start
Just
again?
dried up like the Sahara.
Thought she was gonna be like,
And,
I find that extremely sexy.
yeah, and he just like about tucked himself up his ass or whatever with
Yeah.
that one.
Right.
And then he was like, wait, let me try again. And then like 2 scenes later, bam, Pound Town. So like I guess it worked. Like
Right in time for Halloween.
you
Well, for
figured
us,
it
I
out,
guess, but-
you nerd.
Not Halloween, Valentine's Day, but I guess it could be a Halloween.
Right. in case you fucking PhD fucking weeaboos out there don't understand, chicks don't really dig that shit. Like maybe as a like you trying to be,
They don't like being called bitches.
right. What? Why not?
But they are. No, I'm, just
But
I'm joking.
But I
I'm joking.
meant it's
I'm joking.
self-deprecating.
You heard it here
me.
first, folks.
When
That's
I
race-
call
that's race
you a
position.
bitch, I actually mean society.
And that's
Because the
fucking
patriarchy is really the bitch, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right?
that sounds like some
Right.
kind of logic from like Fear of a Black Cat or some shit.
Yeah.
The pussy
so that's-
is like society, right? We should actually revisit that movie again with everyone
Oh yeah, I
participating.
need to hop on that shit.
I want to do like a fucking Mystery Science Theater of that shit or whatever.
Yeah, we
all
should.
That'd be
all of
good,
us
yeah.
just drinking, fucking watching.
Okay, so Daniel, what do you give Prince of Darkness as a rating?
Okay, this is kind of tough because I liked it, but then I saw In the Mouth of Madness, and so I'm trying to think of this like kind of as its own little entity within the trilogy.
But you can't.
I got cut off. All right,
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say trilogy. See that?
Even
There you go.
So I think I'm gonna have to middle of the road it and go give it a 3 probably. Really fun plot. I like kind of the blending of Lovecraftian elements of kind of classic like body snatching sort of bullshit,
Right. Yeah.
possession, and that kind of fusion of
The cosmic horror.
science and religion and stuff, and it's just fun. And so on the going back to the idea that perhaps a lot of the music were just leftover cuts from Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, John Carpenter and the Alan Howarth both did the music for Prince of Darkness and Big
Oh,
Trouble.
no shit.
Yeah, see.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
I see now. That's
Yeah, so same dudes did it. So yeah, that accounts for that.
Awesome.
All right.
I wonder if they did from Mouth of Madness too.
I don't think so. No.
Some guy Jim Lang and John Carpenter.
They did like a whole other kind of thing for that.
As long as it's Johnny C, I'm good.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna kind of agree with you, Daniel, in a sense. I will give it a 2.75. A little bit of a middle of the road movie. Not my favorite Carpenter by any stretch. We just came off The Thing, so The Thing is fucking great. This one's a little bit mediocre. Again, not as big as of a budget, but a little bit more grand ideas that John Carpenter could not kind of flesh out entirely.
Yeah. This was
but I do like the idea of science and religion like blending together and kind of like moving the story along. So I like the idea.
They kind of do, but they just upfucked each other.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I like the idea of that he was going with this movie, but I just feel like maybe if this was like a remade movie, more thought put into it, maybe it could have been done a little bit better.
Well, maybe they'll remake it with The Rock.
Yeah,
like Space Devil and Jesus come together and bastardize.
Yeah.
Sorry, abortionize.
So yeah, 2.75. Again, it's still a movie I do enjoy watching sometimes, but not the one I revisit as much as the rest of them.
Yeah.
No. So
it's like half chub John Carpenter.
Yeah, sure. I'm kind of flaccid, a little hard, you know.
He's getting there. He's
just
like
enough to get it in there, sort of.
He's building up. He's building up.
You maybe need some assistance to kind of like guide it in there.
You can fold it up.
I give this a 3 fathers.
Yeah. There you go. Damn.
I forgot.
Her face looked fucking stupid in that makeup too, man. I'm sorry, it was so fucking stupid. That was really
It was a really dumb line. I was like, "Are you trying to?" It's like, is that supposed to be the Exorcist chick or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that you, Father? Father?
Mama. As long as she didn't
Not Mama. Yes.
You start calling him Daddy pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next movie that we are going to go through, the next CineQuest, as far as like
which is happening now.
Regular,
just kidding, guys.
I don't really know. But the next in the Apocalypse trilogy is In the Mouth of Madness, and frankly, I think that is one of the best John Carpenter movies out there. But we'll revisit that next in March. And
have you never seen Vampires with James Woods, Ray?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good one too.
What is wrong with you?
That's a good one. Yeah, that soundtrack's pretty badass too.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
actually,
it's very
I'll give bullshit aside.
When are we gonna do that one, man?
I owned the soundtrack for a while for that one.
Right? Did you own the soundtrack to part 2?
Fucking no. Why? Why do you have to shit on?
Because John Bon Jovi did the soundtrack. I'm just kidding.
Really?
No, he didn't.
I
I'm kidding.
was like, well, at that point in his career, maybe.
He starred.
You go, in that case, I'm gonna watch it right now.
Yeah.
Wasn't it him and what's his face from Family Matters?
Yeah, Eddie Winslow. Man.
Yeah, Eddie Winslow.
You was there till you got hit from a vampire.
His fucking voice, dude. Oh wow, so great because it sucked.
Yeah, it's. When you first hear him talk,
not
you're just
good.
like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Like, it's just,
like, dude, speak
wow.
normal.
The
Like,
blackest cowboy.
No,
you have to like
way, dude.
put that voice forward.
Did
to
Eddie
like,
Winslow get throat cancer? Like, are
Yeah,
you
right.
okay, man?
Hey, but the first one had one of the bald ones, man. So you know.
That's true. Daniel Baldwin,
That's right, Daniel Baldwin.
one of the coolest Baldwins.
Yeah.
Hey, it counts, right?
He's known as the Fat Baldwin.
Yeah, you know, no shit, man.
But he's got like that automatic like SAG union card just for being a fucking
Yeah, that's right.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
Like even though he's a talentless, probably humorless cunt. But
They all are.
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't talk about Alec that way, right? You're talking about Stephen Baldwin.
I
right?
was not speaking about the shadow, thank you.
Ha.
Okay, so we'll see you all next time whenever we do In the Mouth of Madness. And hopefully we get the whole crew back together again that we can actually talk about this movie. Because I've heard from everyone that everyone kind of really likes that movie. So.
If anything, like maybe we can get everyone together to just review all 3 like at once, kind of like, you know.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can try that
Mouth
at some
of
point.
Madness. Just to make up for them not being around.
Okay, so again, we're going to be signing off. My name is Ray.
It's Roland.
Bryce.
And in Washington.
It was Daniel.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Laters.
We out.
Oh, we out, huh?
We out this time.
We out, right?
We out this motherfucker.
Jesus.